I just can't sleep. I don't know what it is, bro. Like my brain is just constantly thinking, maybe. Maybe I'm just like in a constant state of just trying to do something, but like, damn, I just can't fucking sleep. I don't know what it is. I've been talking a lot about how I've been improving my life, but the one aspect that I just can't change for some reason is my sleep. My sleep schedule is everywhere. Like genuinely, like just like looking at me, I look tired. And like I just don't want to feel like that. I just don't want to look like that. But it's like I don't know. I just feel so. I feel busy. Like I don't know what it is. Like it's like the psychology of just like staying up late. In my brain, I know I gotta wake up at 7 a.m. But then I'm like, it comes 2, and I'm like, okay, well I have 5 more hours left. I'm like, oh, I'll be all right without 4, with just 4. And then 3 a.m. comes, maybe 4 a.m. I don't think I've ever been super OD like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's my brain that keeps telling me, like, okay, well, you're at 5 hours, 4 hours is okay, and then 3 hours comes, and then it's like, by then it's like, you already have to wake up. And I don't know, like, I know everybody feels like that, but it's just like, I've done this for years. I've been changing so many aspects of my life, like when it comes to the gym, when it comes to being consistent with working, like when it comes to just being like a nicer person. Like I've benefited and I've done so many good things, but that one thing about my health, my sleep, which I feel like is maybe arguably the most important part, I haven't been able to fix. And I think it's a thing of just like you wake up and you feel exhausted, but then like you continue to go by your day, and then you don't feel tired anymore, or you just can't sleep because you have to just actively move and do stuff. And then it's like you can't recover the sleep. I mean, you can't ever recover the sleep, but like you can't make up for it. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to take it back to basics. It's been a while since I've just sit in front of the camera and just expelled my thoughts. That's what I started the channel for initially, was just to get out my thoughts and the accumulation of everything that's been going on. And man, I am scared. I'm going into my spring break right now, and after this spring break, I have one of the hardest tests of my life, which basically determines everything. And every single time that I've been put up to that challenge or put up to that test, I always faltered. And I think it was because I never wanted to apply myself, or I just was stuck in the procrastination. I was like, oh, I got this much time, I got this much time, I got this much time. And then whenever tomorrow came and I finally had a few days left or one day left before the big exam or the big thing that I was meant to do, I was like, oh shit, I gotta lock in. And I've been better at I haven't I haven't been better at doing that. I feel like I've just been so accustomed that sometimes I can get away with it. But there's those one-off instances like this exam, for instance, where I know that stuff won't fly. It's just bad habits, man. That's really what it is. Like I just have a bad habit when it comes to procrastination. I have a bad habit when it comes to sleep. And I want to fix those things. Like I really do. This video is gonna look like a cry for help, but it's like it's just like what I've been thinking. But I've been working and I've been doing other stuff to where like I just haven't said it out loud, or I haven't thought about it. Besides procrastination, I mean, I feel like things have been going well. I'm finally finding a path or a rhythm that I feel like works. I'm finding something that gives me a lot more fullness, I guess, purpose than before. I've felt and been in the best shape of my life since like a year or two. I mean, like, I feel really good right now, physically. Although I am tired, but I do feel good, like physically. Um, I talked about fear recently in some videos I've posted, and I guess I've talked about some of my fears, but one of the biggest fears that I haven't mentioned but has been on my mind is what things are going to look like, I guess, in my future. I don't know what the future holds for me in terms of like a job. Like, I would love to make something like this work out, and I have faith that I can, monetize it or at least find some type of value from it. But there's always that back thought in my mind that says, well, I think you should be working on more apps and applications. I think you should be trying to talk to more business people, try to get into these realms so then you can get ready for maybe a corporate job while you can work on this stuff simultaneously. It's it's a thought that I have a lot because, you know, as much as I have this dream, as much as I have these aspirations, that part of me just wants to be realistic and tell myself like, yeah, maybe you should lock in on this. Maybe you shouldn't be spending so much time on these things. And I'm afraid that if come one day where I'm not able to continue or make this work out, that I'll be left with nothing. And that's just a true fear of mine. I really want to be the best that I can be, and I know that from a traditional job, I might be able to seek success and be able to achieve it, but not to the heights that I wanted to achieve. And this thing, this content creation thing, this videography thing, this artistry, this has been something that I've always wanted to do in my life. This is like, if I felt like there was anything that I always wanted to do in my life, it was this. I was like 8 years old, 9 years old when I posted my first YouTube video. And it was just me talking. Same thing like this. Me in front of a camera, but I was just a little kid. And I said, hey, my name is Awesome Adrian 17. Like, this is my channel. Or I would just pick up the phone and say, hey, like, this is me talking. Here's an update. I want to change my name. Here's what's going on in school. Here's the game that I'm playing. Me playing Minecraft Sky Wars or Bed Wars or something, just something similar, just to pass the time. And it was so fun. It was so... That boy back then had no idea that boy from back then had no idea that these responsibilities and these things would catch up to him so fast, and that he would then have to let go of those dreams and then come back to reality and realize, okay, well, you got to do good in school. You got to excel and rise to the occasion. And fortunately, I was able to do that. Fortunately, I was able to get into one of the top universities, public universities in the United States. The issue is that simultaneously, while doing that and while achieving these heights, I was not happy. I wasn't happy with my life. I wasn't happy where I was going in the future. Although it seemed bright, I've been told multiple times, oh, you're gonna be successful, like you're smart, like you got these things set up for you. But I was like, do I really? Is this what I want? Is this what I'm trying to be? Is this what I'm trying to do? And time again, I said, no, this isn't what you want. This isn't what you want to do. But I continued to do it because I thought I had to do it. And come one day where I failed and I lost everything. I recentered and I said, well, if I'm gonna fail, if I'm gonna go through all that trouble, I might as well be doing it with something that actually matters to me, something that actually means something to me. All these math classes, all these science classes, all these things that I failed, that I felt bad about, I didn't care about them weeks later. These things, this artistry, I've been thinking about it on a day-to-day basis. I said, why don't you draw anymore? Why don't you make more poems? Why don't you play piano anymore? These creative things that I put in the past, because I told myself that you can only do the statistical stuff or the quantitative stuff. That's the only thing you're good at. I don't want to be like that. So I think what I'm getting at is that I need to fix my sleep schedule. And yeah, you love to procrastinate. But most of all, I want you to be creative. Because creativity is what gave me happiness. And that's what I've been searching for the large majority of like 6 years. And I'm barely coming to these realizations in the past year or so. I'm sorry, this really feels like a rant, but it really just, this is what I've been thinking. My brain is just finally like clicking all the pieces together. That's how I feel. But yeah, I mean, anyways, that's about it. I appreciate you. I'll catch you.